The Curse of Guadalupe. The final encounter with El Chupacabra, Mike's terrifying end. Mike and Guadalupe never expected when they decided to take a much-needed camping trip to the woods of Mexico that they would soon find themselves face to face with one of the most terrifying creatures they had ever seen, El Chupacabra. It had been a long, uneventful day of hiking, and Mike and Guadalupe had decided to set up camp in a clearing just off the main trail. They were sitting around the fire that Guadalupe had built, chatting and laughing, when suddenly there came a disturbance from nearby. The couple jumped to their feet, and Mike grabbed a flashlight to investigate. Guadalupe followed closely behind, her heart pounding in her chest. When they reached the edge of the clearing, they saw a large, hulking figure shuffling around in the shadows. It was El Chupacabra, a legendary creature from Mexican folklore said to be a vicious creature with the body of a large dog, the head of a goat, and the wings of a vampire bat. Its glowing red eyes pierced the darkness, and its razor-sharp claws shone in the moonlight. Mike and Guadalupe cautiously stepped away, but it seemed the creature was running towards them. Mike held his flashlight up and waved it in the air, while Guadalupe screamed in terror. Then, with a loud screech, El Chupacabra leapt into the air and flew towards them. The couple barely had a chance to react before they were suddenly engulfed by a barrage of sharp claws and teeth. Mike screamed as the beast ripped into his flesh, while Guadalupe ran for her life. She managed to reach the edge of the clearing before El Chupacabra snatched her up in its powerful claws. Mike managed to pick up a large stick and began to fight back, striking the monster until finally it released Guadalupe and flew away into the night. Although the creature had left, its presence lingered in the air, and Mike and Guadalupe had been forever changed by the encounter. The next morning, the couple left the woods shaken and terrified. They returned to their small town, with the story of El Chupacabra following closely behind. Word of their experience spread like wildfire, and the townspeople became convinced that the creature was still lurking around in the woods, waiting to pounce on unsuspecting travelers. No one dared venture into the woods anymore, and Mike and Guadalupe were left with the fear and trauma of their experience. Mike especially was haunted by the memories of that night, and the sight of El Chupacabra still gave him nightmares. One night, many months later, Mike and Guadalupe ventured into the woods again. This time, Mike was determined to find and confront El Chupacabra, to show it he was not afraid. As they crept through the darkness, they could see the red eyes of the monster in the distance, watching them with a piercing gaze. Suddenly, El Chupacabra leapt from the shadows and landed in front of them. Mike bravely stood his ground, and with a loud roar, he roared back at the beast. To his surprise, the creature cowered and backed away, before finally disappearing into the night. Mike and Guadalupe had faced their fears, and come out the other side victorious. The couple had defeated the legendary El Chupacabra, and the townspeople rejoiced in their newfound courage. Little did they know, their victory was short-lived. The following morning, Mike awoke to find Guadalupe missing. After searching the woods and the nearby town, he was horrified to find her body horribly mangled and drained of its blood. It was clear that El Chupacabra had come back to exact its revenge. In the end, Mike could only stare in horror and sorrow at the horrifying death of his beloved Guadalupe, at the hands of the legendary El Chupacabra. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and tell us what you think in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.